Everyone, it's now 4 o'clock, so I'd like to welcome everyone to the March 20th Commission on Disability Issues meeting. And I would like to just have us give a roll call for this afternoon. And we will start to my left and then go around.
Rachel Hawkins, Commissioner.
Kathleen Mozak-Batts, Commissioner.
Matthew Solomon, Commissioner.
Debbie Poster, Commissioner.
Larry Keeler, Commissioner.
Tim Hall, Commissioner.
There he is.
Christiana Allen Pipkin, Commissioner.
Elizabeth Nelson, City Council Liaison.
Kristen Harrison, Commissioner.
And I am Zach Damon. I'm the Chairman of the Commission on Disability Issues. And I'd like to... What's that?
Did we skip someone down there yet?
Oh, Corey.
Corey Ferris, Staff Liaison.
Thank you, Corey. And I'd like everyone to welcome Christiana joining us. She's a new commissioner, so we're very excited and proud to have her. And of course, please get a chance to introduce yourself and make yourself acquainted. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having me. Thanks.
Yeah, and may I ask just one quick question?
Sure.
What was it that made you sort of want to get involved with the commission?
Many things, but to keep it brief, because I know we do have a pretty long meeting minutes ahead. Honestly, truly having disabilities myself, and doing the advocacy work here in the city that I've lived in my entire life has made me motivated to want to be here and in a position to help advocate for our community in the first place. It was just about timing, and now it's feeling like a great time, so I'm very happy to be here.
Awesome. We're very excited to have you. Welcome.
Thanks.
Thank you. All right. I wanted to make a quick change to the agenda, if that's okay. I wanted to propose moving the approval to the agenda as the second item, and then having the approval of the February 2020 meeting minutes moved to the third. So is there someone that would like to motion that change?
May I ask a question?
Sure.
We'd like this to be a permanent change so that every month the approval of the agenda would always come before the approval of the minutes?
That's correct.
Okay.
I just thought that was sort of, in my opinion, I thought that maybe that was a better sequence, but I just wanted to know your feedback, and then if all of you were okay with that.
I move to approve.
Okay. Anybody second?
I'll second.
Okay, we have seconds. All in favor of moving the approval of the agenda to after, or to before the approval of the meeting minutes in the agenda?
Question? This will be for now and permanent?
That's correct.
Okay. I just wanted to make sure that that was included in the motion. I'll approve.
Okay.
No, it's time to vote on it, ain't it?
Yeah, that's
Never
right.
mind.
All in
Go ahead.
favor of this moving the approval of the agenda before the meeting minutes, say aye.
Aye.
All right. Thank you. All right. So go ahead. I guess let's go ahead and get that started. If all of you, hopefully all of you have received a copy of the agenda today. If you have not, please let myself or Corey know, and he can get you a copy of the agenda. If you want to just take a moment to review that. If there are any typos, or if there is anything that you look and see that is inaccurate, please let me know and we can get that corrected.
The agenda, just Washtenaw is misspelled.
Okay. Washtenaw is misspelled, okay. Thank you for that.
What county we live in?
Okay.
Those guys are from England.
All right, anything else, folks? All right, it seems good. So other than the spelling of Washtenaw, I think we're good. Is there?
Committee is also misspelled.
Oh, committee is up. Well, thank you, Jonathan.
Whoever's-
I will make sure that I run spell check next
Yes,
time.
please do.
I will. Thank you.
Apologies, I double checked those too,
Okay.
so they slipped through me.
Okay. Well, Corey and I will make sure
I
that
will
we.
double check.
That's right. We'll make sure we double check. Thank you.
It's just a type, yeah.
All right. Okay. All right. Anything else, folks? All right. Is there a motion to approve today's agenda?
I'll move to approve.
All right, Larry moves to approve.
I'll second.
All right, we have seconds. All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, the agenda is approved for today. All right, next, we will be approving the February 20 meeting minutes from last month. All of you should have also received a copy of these. If you have not, or have not had an opportunity to review a draft of these meeting minutes from February, I'll just give a minute for all of you to look over that now. If there are any corrections, please feel free to mention them.
There's also the same Washtenaw spelling.
Oh, right,
The same issue with the Washtenaw spelling.
okay.
And Sally Peterson's last name is misspelled.
Oh, okay. All right. And Sally. All right, are there any other corrections? All right, not at this time. All right. Is there a motion to approve the February meeting minutes?
I'll move to approve them.
All right, Larry moves to approve. Is there a second?
Second.
Okay, we have a second. All in favor of approving the February 20th meeting minutes, say aye.
Aye.
Okay, the meeting minutes are approved. Okay, next, we have presentations, and of course, I would like to bring up Katie Monkevitz of the Washtenaw Library for the Blind and Physically Disabled.
Hi, everybody. Good to
Welcome.
see you all, as usual. I have a couple of things to pass out today, so I'm going to do that.
Thanks.
All right, so I'm going to talk about some of the things that I just handed you. One of the things that I gave you was our events brochure for March. We've still got quite a few things going on the end of the month. The first thing that I want to talk about is an event called My Story Quilt Craft. That'll be held on Saturday, March 23rd from 2 to 3 p.m. at our Mallett's Creek branch. And this is an event that is going to be held for pretty much everybody, grade K through adult. What we're going to be doing is coming together and building a paper quilt. You can add your story to a community quilt by making a square or two using decorative papers, markers, and fun, colorful collage materials to create the quilt squares. No sewing is required. And then we're going to invite everybody to come back to visit the big communal quilt that we make, which will be on display in the downtown library youth area. I have to say that I was lucky enough to happen upon the planning and testing for this event, and I was having a particularly stressful day, and they invited me to join them, and I did it, and it was very relaxing, and I found it soothing, and so I thought I would definitely invite you all to come to this. It's just an hour of your day, and it really sort of changed my outlook the day that I did it, so I highly suggest that one. We also have meditation and mindfulness for adults on Tuesday, March 26th, 7 to 8:30 p.m. That's also at the Mallett's Creek branch. We all have stress, anxiety, life, general, the news, everything's piling on. Meditation is fantastic for coping with these things, plus improving concentration, experiencing self-awareness, and encouraging a healthy lifestyle. Doesn't matter if you're new to meditation or you already practice, you can come join us for this. We've got local massage therapist and meditation leader Amy Tarrant leading us through a series of guided meditations to encourage calmness, reduce stress, and generally help you live your best life. Oh, she's also going to recommend some phone apps that can be used for meditation on the go, so that could be interesting. The next event that I want to bring up is chair yoga. This is going to be on Sunday, March 31st, 3 to 4 p.m. at our Westgate branch. Yoga has been used to develop awareness of body and mind for thousands of years. Today there are many yoga styles to choose from. In this session, we'll explore chair yoga with local yoga and mindfulness educator Raina LeGrand. Her teaching practice incorporates a social justice approach with the goal of creating a space that is inclusive and non-judgmental. And this class is for all body abilities to explore movement, including individuals who use wheelchairs or other accessibility tools. And then the separate flyer that I handed you all is our Save the Date flyer for Visions 2019. This is going to be a fair of technology and services for the blind, visually impaired, and physically disabled. It will be on Wednesday, May 15th from 11 a.m. to 4 p.m. at the downtown Ann Arbor District Library. There'll be free admission, convenient parking, product demonstrations, and sighted assistance. And there is more information to come. So I'll be sharing more of what you can expect to see at Visions as we get closer to the date. But wanted to let you guys know about it because if you're familiar with Visions, it has traditionally been every other year. And we did have it last year. So it was the first year that we'd brought it back to the downtown library, and it was incredibly successful. We had over 2,000 people come. Wow. So the powers that be decided, let's do this every year. And so that's what we're going to do. I'm really excited to see how that goes, and I will keep you all updated. Yeah.
Well, and I also wanted to say, too, I've attended this, and I can't tell you how informative it is in terms of the technologies that they're bringing forward and the kind of great things that you guys are doing at the library to incorporate that technology. So it's a lot of fun, and I hope people can attend.
Well, thanks. Me too. Yeah, Larry.
I think I've been to almost all of them, and
I think you have.
That was my curious question: is what in the heck is it doing this year? But so I've been so geeked to looking for Visions 2020, obviously.
Yeah, we were joking how the next Visions would be 2020, and how perfect a title. But we're gonna
that's why you blew it off.
There.
That's he said. We'll just put one this year too. But no, I couldn't. I was a little. I got the flyer, and I'm like, really?
Yeah, I bet a lot of people are thinking that when they're getting the flyer because we are so used to having it every other year. So we just are spreading the word. It's not a mistake. We're doing it every year now.
And are you inviting other booths, like let's say if the commission wanted to put one up there, or National Federation, are you inviting other booths to be in there too to pass out information?
Yeah, the National Federation will be there, and we've actually closed our vendor registration,
Okay.
and I hadn't considered bringing the commission for a booth, but I will put it in my notes for next year and be sure to invite you in case you do want to have a booth.
Yeah, we could have a booth and put out letters next year, but I was just, I may be working one of the booths then,
Okay.
because I belong to some of those other organizations.
Well, regardless, I know I'll see you there, right?
Of course.
Of course.
At the hot dog place, probably at the bottom.
We will be having Ray's Red Hots
Yeah, Ray's
back
Red Hots
again
is the
this year.
best.
Sneak peek.
They were
Yeah.
the best.
They were incredible last year, and we're really looking forward to working with them again. Anybody else have questions about Visions? All right. So I'm going to talk about 3 different books that I've brought to feature today. First one is How to Be a Good Creature by Cy Montgomery. She's a naturalist and adventurer. She discusses the personality and quirks of 13 animals who have profoundly affected her, exploring themes of learning to become empathetic, creating families, coping with loss, and the otherness and sameness of people and animals. Really looking forward to reading this one. Haven't quite gotten to it, but it's in the pile. The second book that I'm going to talk about is perhaps our most requested book recently. I swear about half the time I answer the phone, it's to take a request for this right here. This is The President is Missing by Bill Clinton and James Patterson.
That's good. I read that.
Yeah, people are really liking it. It's extremely popular. So, the White House is the home of the President of the United States, the most guarded, monitored, closely watched person in the world. So how could a U.S. president vanish without a trace? And why would he choose to do so? An unprecedented collaboration between President Bill Clinton and the world's best-selling novelist, James Patterson, The President is Missing is a breathtaking story from the pinnacle of power, full of what it truly feels like to be the person in the Oval Office, the mind-boggling pressure, the heartbreaking decisions, the exhilarating opportunities, the soul-wrenching power. This is the thriller of the decade, confronting the darkest threats that face the world today with the highest stakes conceivable. So if you don't have that on your to-read list, or like Larry, your read list, you might
That's
want
right.
to get it.
I read that about a week after it came, after you put it up on Bard.
Yeah, so it's been out for a little while, and we're still, I swear, every day getting a call for it, so it's a good one. Last one that I'm going to talk about is Calypso by David Sedaris. David Sedaris is a very popular humorist, and he returns with his most deeply personal and darkly hilarious book. If you've ever laughed your way through David Sedaris' cheerfully misanthropic stories, you might think you know what you're getting with Calypso, and you'd be wrong. When he buys a beach house on the Carolina coast, Sedaris envisions long, relaxing vacations spent playing board games and lounging in the sun with those he loves most. And life at the C-section, as he names the vacation home, is exactly as idyllic as he imagined, except for one tiny, vexing realization. It's impossible to take a vacation from yourself. And as always, I want to encourage you all to contact us. If you need anything, if you have any questions, we're the Washtenaw Library for the Blind and Physically Disabled at the Ann Arbor District Library. You can reach us by email at wlbpd@aadl.org. Phone number is 734-327-4224, and our website is wlbpd.aadl.org. Anybody have any other questions today?
No, thank you very
All right,
much, Katie.
thanks
I
for having
appreciate
me.
it.
We like you, Kate.
All right. Next, standing in for Sophie is Shannon Clark from the Ann Arbor Center for Independent Living. And welcome, Shannon.
Thank you. All right. So lots of stuff going on. We have a lot of youth events, which are ages 14 to 26. The first one is DGAB. That's D-G-A-B. It's a place where abilities and identities meet, and that starts, it's March 29th, April 5th, 12th, and 19th from 5:30 to 7:30. And this year, they are traveling around the world to experience different cultures, right out of the CIL. And during their travels, they will enjoy cuisine, learn common language, and discuss disability rights in those countries. For that, you can contact Anna Deuce-Bieber. Her email is Anna, which is ANNA at AAC as in cat, IL.org. And I'll say our phone number now, and then I'll say it again at the end. Our phone number is 734-971-0277. Her extension is 17. She also does Girl Talk, which is an ongoing social support group for young women with disabilities, ages 14 to 26. And they're talking about the intersection between disability and other identities and exploring of how disabilities are portrayed in film and culture. And those are held on Sundays from 1:30 to 3:30, starting again on March 31st. And again, you can contact Anna for that. She also needs some youth leaders for an ongoing volunteer opportunity. And that is if you're looking for a volunteer opportunity to connect with your peers and have fun at the same time, you can join our Funtastic Youth Council. And it's to make a difference in your community. You can plan and host social events and recreational events for your peers. You attend monthly meetings and social events. You can contact Anna for that again. Other events going on at the CIL that aren't necessarily strictly youth. We have this new program called Enhanced Fitness, and that's Tuesdays at the CIL starting March 12th, so last week. We started, so it's me every Tuesday from 10:30 to 11:30. And it's a really awesome fitness program. It's geared towards the overall function, fitness, and well-being of primarily older adults, but all adults are welcome. And you can increase your strength, boost your activity level, improve your mood, and have fun. And to RSVP for that, you can contact Lauren Opera, and her extension is 53. Again, our phone number is 734-971-0277. She's extension 53. Drop-ins are also welcome for that. Another really fun group that we have that's new to us is Move-In and Groove-In, which is Thursdays from 11 a.m. to 12 p.m., March 14th through May 30th. RSVP is required for this, and you can call our main line, or you can email receptionist@aacil.org. And those are dancers from the Ballet Chelsea Adaptive Dance Program that are coming to us, and they're leading a multi-ability dance class spanning multiple genres of dance. Learn to move to the beat no matter your ability or disability. So that's a fun new group we have going on. As always, we have free open gym hours Monday through Friday, 10 a.m. to 4:30. And for that, you need to just schedule an orientation, and then you have open use during those times. For more information on that, you can email info@aacil.org or call our main line, extension 33. And then we have a few different support groups that are ongoing that are held at our location. We have the Hearing Loss Association support group that meets monthly on the second Monday from 6:30 p.m. to 8:30 p.m. Prior to attending your first meeting, if you could contact Pam McGinty, and for that you would contact her email, which is Pam, P-A-M-C as in cat, 86 @gmail.com. And that's for anyone who has a hearing loss, or lives with or works with or has a friend or family member with a hearing loss to attend. They welcome people of all ages and stages of hearing loss. We also have a MS support group, multiple sclerosis, meets every Monday from 7 to 8:30. And the MS support group is for those with MS in their bodies, spouses and partners, family members, friends, personal assistants, working with an attendee, no charge, and is confidential. You could contact the group facilitator for that, who is Jody Burton Slowens, and her phone number is 734-663-0785, 734-663-0785. We also have a general support group that meets every Wednesday from noon to 1. And that's just a general support group. If you want to chat with others, provide support and receive support. If you have a disability, but maybe you don't want that to be the sole focus of your conversation, talk, vent, support, discuss various topics. If you are interested in attending, you can email Jason Jones, and his email is jjones, the number 5, Parad, that's P-E-R-A-D, @icloud.com. That's jjones5, Parad @icloud.com. We also have Diversability Theater that meets every Wednesday from 5 to 7, and that's a really awesome theater group that's brought together to promote understanding between people with and without disabilities. And usually it's about an hour of theater and about an hour of a meal that they all share together. And to get involved in that, you can contact Chris Beatty, and his email is B as in boy, ATYMOHN @yahoo.com. Excuse me. So it's BATYMOHN @yahoo.com. We have Drop-in Art, as always, Mondays, Thursdays, and Fridays. They meet from 1 to 3, and any questions about that, you can email art@aacil.com, or .org, I'm sorry. And then some things going on throughout the community that we promote in our newsletter. There is an event called Disabled Women Speak, discussing the perspectives of women with disabilities, dealing with sexism, housing, public policy, and more. Come join the conversation. There'll be vendors and light refreshments Friday, March 29th from 5 to 8, and that is located at the Samaritan Center Complex in the Kilpatrick Room, and it's actually, that one is in Detroit. It's sponsored by our Detroit affiliate, Disability Network Wayne. Habitat for Humanity has some financial coaching that they're offering. They provide free classes and financial coaching to community members who are seeking to understand more about the next steps to realizing their financial goals. So they're doing some budgeting basics, credit 101, estate planning, open to residents of Washtenaw County, and registration is required. You can contact Latnia Fair. Her email is lfair, which is LFAIR @h4h.org. Excuse me. Or 734-274-3718. Then a couple last opportunities. DTE has a home energy consultation for deaf and hard of hearing customers. And it's through a collaboration with the Alliance for Deaf Services. You can call their video phone, which is 313-202-4433. There is also some internet access for low-income families that are being put on by AT&T and Comcast. For AT&T, you must be a SNAP beneficiary, and you can get internet for about $10 a month. To apply, you can apply at att.com/access. And Comcast, to apply, you just go to internetessentials.com/apply for that one. And then a couple more things. There's a healthy food distribution happening at 555 Towner Street in Ypsilanti, and the third Wednesday of every month from 2 to 3:30 while supplies last. Pick up free healthy food, no proof of income or ID required. There is, Chuck E. Cheese has sensory sensitive Sundays, the first Sunday of every month from 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. And it's specifically for children with autism and other special needs. So there'll be reduced lighting and noise, food and games offered, and trained staff. So you can visit chuckecheese.com for a location near you. And last but not least, we have just an alert that we're putting out. There's a Social Security scam alert. So just being aware of fraudulent telephone calls from individuals claiming to represent the SSA. And basically just don't engage with such callers, and to report suspicious calls to Social Security's office of the Inspector General. You can call 800, excuse me, 800-269-0271. Any questions? Or, I know I threw a lot at you right there.
Yeah.
We've got a lot going on this month.
Well, yeah, there's a lot of great things going on at the Ann Arbor Center for Independent Living, excuse me.
Yeah.
And I just wanted to say to all those out there that our young high school students that want to get involved with that fantastic youth council, you know, I was a part of that in high school as a member of Pioneer, and I have to tell you, it was a great experience. So hopefully the youth in our community can become involved with that. But
That would be awesome.
Thank you so much, Shannon,
Thank
for
you.
everything you guys are doing, and we support you at the Ann Arbor Center for Independent Living.
Thank you so much.
Any questions? All right.
Cool. Thanks.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. Next, we have public comment, but it's a bit scarce in here, folks. So I think it's safe to say that we can move forward. Now we'll go to old business. We'll go with the city personnel report with Mr. Corey Ferris. Corey, is there any news at this time?
No news at this time.
Okay.
Sure there is.
Okay.
I think you're now Miss Heather, aren't you?
Pretty much, yes.
That's the news.
There we go. Well, welcome officially, Corey, and thank you for all of
Welcome.
your help.
She might visit one or two more times.
Okay.
If she can make it today. But,
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah,
You
no
got me
problem.
now.
Sure,
I'm
but,
glad to be part of your group.
yeah, no, thank you both for your help, and thank you, Corey.
Anytime. Look
Yep.
forward to continue helping out.
All right. Okay, next we have the chair report. So, there's a few things that I would like to just put out there. There is a public meeting notice for Wednesday, April 3rd. Basically, there was some information sent to us about the City of Ann Arbor Engineering Unit. They're going to be holding a public meeting from 6:30 to 8:30 p.m. in the multipurpose room at Clegg High School at 2616 Nixon Road. And again, that's on Wednesday, April 3rd, 2019. This meeting is actually going to provide information on the Duverian Road Sidewalk Project on Olmsted Drive to the Nixon Farm Developments. During this meeting, the city will provide a description of the proposed work and provide information about the cost estimates and special assessments. And of course, all are welcome to attend and provide feedback. And of course, if any of you on the commission have questions or need more information, you can contact Brian Slizowski at 734-794-6410. His extension is 43607. And you can email him at bslizowski@a2gov.org. Yes, Larry.
No, I burped.
Oh.
Excuse me.
All right, no problem. But yeah, folks, I would encourage all of you on the commission, if you would be interested in hearing what they have to say at Clegg Middle School on April 3rd, to make an appearance if you would like. I think it's interesting to know about the new developments that they are doing here in the city, and of course, how that will affect inclusiveness as well as accessibility in the city. Next, I would like to mention the annual U of M Army-Navy wheelchair basketball game. That's going to be happening on March 30th, and they have a bunch of special guests. They're going to be having the Rich Lutherman, the weatherman of Fox 2, is going to be the guest speaker. They're also going to have Dr. Eric Furtz, the facility lecturer at the University of Michigan, is going to be the Grand Marshal of the event. That event and tip-off will be at 3 p.m. at the Chrysler Center located at 333 East Stadium Boulevard. Now, the admission to this event is free, and they have all kinds of great entertainment, including music by DJ L, and then they're going to have performances by the University of Michigan cheer team, as well as dance team, and others as well. So for more information, you can visit wheelchairbasketball.umich.edu. And if there are accommodations needed to anyone that would like to attend, please contact disability@umich.edu at least 1 week in advance of the game. And of course, I will be there, and I encourage others of the commission to come out to that free event at the Chrysler Center and enjoy yourself on March 30th. All right. And lastly, I just had an announcement for some of the students that do decide to join us and get feedback as far for their academic classes and other things. Just wanted to let them know that if students do join us, they would need to be getting their copies of the agenda off of our website once they got published. And of course, that will be on the city website, right, Corey?
Correct, yes.
Okay, so yeah, that'll be at the city website. And if you do have questions about that, feel free to reach out to Corey or myself, and we can point you in the right direction. All right, that is all that I have for the chair report at this time. So next, we'll move on to the Community Engagement Committee and Rachel Hawkins. Rachel.
Perfect, thank you. So our next upcoming meeting is going to be next Tuesday, 5:15. So far, it's mostly just been me, so I'm really in the process of recruiting new members. It sounds like Zach has some people who would be interested, and I know we've heard of a number of people who would like to be involved in this. So I think really just thinking about what kinds of opportunities or events that we think could make a difference. I know I was just at a presentation at my work today that was on mental health stigma, and had a patient panel who were talking about their experiences, and I feel like there's a lot of powerful work that we can do.
I have a question. Where is it located, the meeting?
It is located, so on the first floor where you come in, you would turn right. I think it's the conference room south.
What's it called?
The first floor conference room south.
You come in and make a left, you come in and make a left and go down your,
Conference room.
yeah.
Okay.
Tuesday nights, I wanted to get involved, but Tuesdays, I almost never make it on a Tuesday.
That's understandable. I understand that everyone has their own schedules. So even if there are ideas that you have and you're not able to attend in person, anything you can send along would be great by
So
email.
It's meeting this Tuesday?
Yes, this Tuesday, March 26th at 5:15.
Yep, 26th, 5:15.
Yep. Thank you.
Thank you, and thank you, Rachel, for your help and commitment to the Community Engagement Committee. And although some others may have conflicts, hopefully we can have other commissioners get involved with that. Of course, again, it's not a huge commitment to be a part of that, and of course serves a great purpose. So hopefully
Yes.
others
Thank
can
you.
be a part. Sure. All right.
Kathleen?
Oh, Kathleen, you had a question?
I actually have a question. On those committees, it doesn't just have to be commissioners. The public is welcome to attend as well, are they not? Encouraged to help. So if there's someone in the public that has an interest in community engagement, maybe doesn't have time to be a commissioner, they're still welcome to join our committees.
That's a great point, Kathleen. Thank you very much. Yes, that is correct. Go ahead. Would you like to touch on that, Rachel? Or-
No, I think that's something that we feel very passionate about, is having other people from the community, even if they're not on the commission, involved in forming these ideas and developing ways that we can best support people in the community. So,
Wonderful.
Thank you.
Yeah, sure. Thank you, Rachel. I appreciate that. And again, Kathleen, thank you for that tidbit. I appreciate it. All right, moving forward. Ann Arbor Inclusive Update, Tom Holtland and Linda Evans. Unfortunately, guys, I did not receive one for this month, so I will be reporting on that next month, and hopefully we'll be able to find out sort of how the episodes have been going, and then who the next guests moving forward will be. Of course, they're doing a great job with that, and again, on season 4, so definitely great job, Tom Holtland and Linda Evans. All right. Next is the Partners in Access Committee. And do we have anybody other than Allison that is on that committee at this time?
Kathleen and I are, but
Oh, okay.
we did not meet,
Okay, you guys have not met, correct?
No, we have not
Okay,
met.
all right. And really quickly, I wanted to know, I know that Allison is, is sort of a liaison for us now because of her work schedule, but will you guys be sort of doing the same, setting up meeting times and meeting in the future, or are you sort of in limbo on that right now?
Limbo.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay. Well, let me know if you guys, need or want to discuss that in terms of, how to move forward and sort of, have that committee move forward, okay? All right. All right, next is recruiting activity. Larry Keeler.
That would be me. And, yeah, if you wanna be a part of the commission, you can contact 794-6161, which is the mayor's office, area code 734. Of course, if you're in a different area code, it's probably hard to get you on here. So far, nothing has gone on, except Miss Christiana over there snuck in under the radar. I wasn't aware. I had talked to the mayor's office, and I wasn't aware that they were going to be putting any applications in until April or May, you know, putting anybody forward till April or May, and here is Christiana, and welcome, Christiana. And now I wonder, my question to you, Zach, is are we full now?
You know, yeah, that's a good question.
And if we
Larry.
are, you can still put in applications if you want, because there may be a spot that comes up here or there, and
Right.
you know, if there's a spot that comes up over the summer or somebody leaves, you can be in line for that too.
Yeah, that's correct. I think as of right now, to my knowledge, we are at quota. But if that is to be seen, or I'm mistaken, then we're always welcome to more. And of course, continue to apply. And again, even if you're not able to fully commit and be a commissioner with the Commission on Disability Issues, we are still, as you heard, seeking committee members for our Community Engagement Committee as well as the Partners in Access Committee. So if there are any out there that have a calling to sort of want to help or say, what you guys are doing with the Community on Disability Issues really is, near and dear to me, and it affects me, and I feel passionate about it, please reach out to us and reach out to Larry to get involved. All right. Thank you, Larry, for that. Okay. Next, we have the Transportation Commission update from Mr. Tim Hall.
So the Transportation Commission met like about a month ago. It's also meeting tonight, but about a month ago, the main items on the agenda were they were detailing the number of road diets they were looking at for the city and which ones they were planning on going forward with, and also talked about a quiet zone for trains, which they're looking at. It's in the Ann Arbor Railroad corridor. That's not the Amtrak corridor, just to clarify, because there are two railroad corridors in Ann Arbor. And that's the main things that were presented and talked about. And they also meet tonight.
Okay, so you'll be attending that meeting, of course?
Yeah.
Okay. And do you know what's on the agenda for that meeting this evening?
It's mostly, they're talking about like something like the 6 E's. It's like things like education and enforcement. I forget what all of them are, but
Sure.
just, yeah, it looks pretty light. Aside from that, we're going to do some kind of exercise relating to that.
Okay. And this is in terms of just like transportation policy within the city?
Yeah.
Okay, great. All right.
Larry?
Oh, Larry, yeah.
I always keep jumping on his sideboard because I'm part of that micro mobility committee thing.
Sure.
And you guys may see pretty soon, we sent a provisional copy of the ordinance that's going to govern how these scooters work and where they put them and whatnot. And you may see that either tonight or next month at your transportation meeting. So we had a meeting I finally got to attend, and we just basically reviewed it real quick, some of the smaller grammar language, and sent it off to legal. They did. So you may see it tonight or next month there, Tim.
Got it, Larry. So you're still waiting on that then?
Yeah, we're just waiting on whether the ordinance can be put to City Hall.
Okay.
City Council.
Okay, got it.
Thank you for working on that. I think it's an important effort.
Yeah, Matthew, I agree with you. I mean, I think, it's always nice to kind of have a clear vision of what the regulations are on those. And, I've definitely seen them around the city sort of strewn about, so.
Well, I'm mentioning what goes on there is that the commission, I started attending and I said, well, I can kind of represent the commission there, so that's sort of what I do.
And thank you for your work on that. Kathleen, you have a question?
I do have a question. My concern as a mobility aid user, as a wheelchair user, is are they being mindful and careful of the verbiage in terms of what the vehicles are and how they travel so that they don't impede people who use scooters or wheelchairs to ambulate?
I see that, and I think they're trying to be, and I'll send that to you, Kathleen, if you want a copy of what's going on.
Yes, I would like that.
I think I'll send it to you.
I think that's also extremely important, so thank you both.
Yeah, I second that. Thank you both for your work on that. And Larry, once that sort of gets through, or if there's any other developments, please feel free to let us know. Thank you.
I'll do that unless Tim finds out before me.
Hey, there we go.
That's his thing over there, man.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. And thank you, Tim, for the work that you're doing too on the Transportation Commission.
Yeah.
All right. Next is the Council for Disability Concerns meeting update. Kathleen?
We don't have a lot to report. I think in February, I sent you a memo that because of the polar vortex and all of her sharing, we wound up canceling our meeting for the safety of our council members. So we did have one in March. We had 2 speakers lined up, and neither one were able to come because of health issues. And so we used it more as a working meeting, which was very profitable and fruitful in terms of all the committee members or commission members being able to, identify where we are, who's working on what sort of plan or what's going on. And out of that meeting, there are several important things. One, the Council for Disability Concerns now will meet monthly for 90 minutes instead of an hour. And those meetings always happen on the second Tuesday of every month at Rackham. The room can vary, but there is signage on the first floor that will tell you what room it's in. Also, Rackham staff are looking for ways to make their spaces and events more accessible. It includes event planning, room technology, audiovisual support, catering, room layout, setup, anything. So if you have suggestions about how Rackham can be more inclusive, you can email your suggestions directly to Stephanie Rosen, and her email is ssrosen, R-O-S-E-N, @umich.edu, and then she will forward them on to the Rackham contact. There are 2 events coming up. One is called Speakable. It's a TED-style event of students, faculty, and staff who are going to be speaking about their personal experiences with disability to raise awareness of accessibility, mental health, and other differences in an inclusive, supportive, educational environment. That's going to take place at the Hatcher Graduate Library on March 21st, which is this Thursday, from 6 p.m. until 8:30 p.m. That is a free event and open to the public. And if you'd like more information, there is a Facebook event page for that. The second thing to announce is there is an acclaimed film called The Rebound. It offers an insider's perspective to adapted sports and the world of disability as it follows an underdog journey of the Miami Heat Wheels wheelchair basketball team. And that is going to be held at the Michigan Theater, which is located at 603 East Liberty Street here in Ann Arbor. And that will take place Wednesday, or I'm sorry, I don't know what day of the week it is, but it will be April 8th, 2019 at 7:30 p.m. Also, I wanted to kind of piggyback on this. The council is going to be hearing from AAATA at their next meeting. There's going to be a presentation with regards to a grant study for the Q-Strength Quantum Wheelchair Autonomous System. But the reason I'm talking about it now before our next meeting is that the ride is actually having, hang on, let me get my email up, I apologize. They're having an event at M-City on Tuesday, March 26th from 3:30 p.m. to 6:30 p.m. And what they're going to do is present to the public the Q-Strength system. And there will be 10 vehicles total that will be retrofitted with this autonomous securement system. The public can come out to M-City, see the equipment, and actually take a short ride using the equipment. They're very much looking forward to getting public input. It's a study, I can't remember how many months that it's going on, but based on the feedback from the public, we'll see how it would move forward. And lastly, I just want to piggyback. One of the things we talked about was the wheelchair basketball game. And just remind everybody that it is March 30th. It's a wonderful game. I've been there before. And it would be so nice to watch these to have these athletes see the support of our city and our people and to fill the stands.
You may be competing with a college team, though, because they're in the NCAA tournament. You may be competing with them.
And that's, and so my last thing, I apologize, is that if you want to know more about the quantum restraint, you can go to theride.org, and there's a tab down, so you click About Us, then you click Initiatives, and then under Initiatives, New Mobility, and then that will give you all the information that you need. So our next Council for Disability Concerns meeting is Tuesday, April 9th, and we hope to see you there.
Larry, you have a question?
Yeah, you did mean quantum constraint, didn't you? You said quantum restraint, and I'm like, that sounds a little.
I apologize.
No,
Yes,
it just, it is what it does, but it sounds a little,
It's,
yeah, we're gonna restrain you all on the bus.
no, it's the Q-Strength Quantum Wheelchair Securement System Autonomous. I probably got all those words out of order, but yes.
And do you mind, Kathleen, excuse me 1 second? Jonathan, you had a question?
Matthew.
Or Matthew, sorry, Matthew.
I just was wondering if you'd repeat the date and time of the screening. you
Oh, of
mentioned.
course. The screening for the movie,
Yep.
for Rebound?
Yeah.
Let me go back, pardon me. All right, so Rebound will be shown at the Michigan Theater, April 8th at 7:30 PM, and this is a free event.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I apologize about that, Matthew. I don't know why I did that. So
You've been doing it all day.
if you could also, Kathleen, could
Yes.
you repeat the date for that M-City event, please? March 26th, and then what time?
Okay, it's Tuesday, March 26th, from 3:30 PM until 6:30 PM at M-City, which is at the University of Michigan, 2905 Baxter Road.
All right, thank you, Kathleen. A lot going on with the UM Council on Disability Concerns, and just wanted to, thank Gerald Hoff, too, for all his work
Yes.
with the Army-Navy wheelchair basketball game. And again, hopefully everyone can get out there and pack Chrysler Center.
Wouldn't that be nice?
It would be. All right, thank you so much for that. Next, are there any announcements from any of the commissioners? Anything you guys would like to share? Sure, go ahead.
I've got a few things, actually. I hoped that Sally Hart Peterson would be here today, because we actually crossed paths going to the same event related to Best Buddies a few weeks ago. I guess people at this table probably know more about Best Buddies than I do, but they are having a friendship walk on April 13th at the farm at St. Joe's Hospital. That's at 5557 Macaulay Drive in Ypsilanti. And, yeah, I wanted to share that. And then also, related to that event that I went to, I connected with people from the Therapeutic Riding Stables, which I guess people at the stable already know about.
Yeah, I'm very familiar. I actually
such a-
rode with them when I was young.
Oh, you did? It's such a wonderful stable. I mean, anyone at this table who doesn't know about them should know about them. I got to see a lesson, and it just seems like a really remarkable program that they have going on. I brought some brochures, actually, if anybody's interested. And the only other thing that I was going to add was that at our meeting a couple of days ago, City Council, I actually brought it up with Kathy Griswold on a possible amendment to our city crosswalk law, which it is important that this commission look at, because one of the changes that we are proposing has to do with a pedestrian making more of an indication at the crosswalk. Right now, our crosswalk law is entirely focused on drivers and making a requirement that they stop when anybody's sort of within the vicinity or general area.
Sure.
And a lot of people have communicated to me that it can be confusing because we have so many crosswalks now, some of which are located next to bus stops.
Right.
At any rate, so the amendment to the crosswalk law is, we need to add to it, I think, because I'm fairly certain we need to add to it, because the language is borrowed from other communities, and the language says things like putting an extension of your body in the crosswalk, and it's anticipating a person who can wave or point or otherwise make more of an indication. And we need to craft extra language
Yeah.
to clarify that somebody in a wheelchair or so. So
Sure.
I had a really busy day today. I meant to do my own research with ideas about other communities, what other additions they've made to their crosswalk laws to anticipate the needs of somebody who's less able. So I just wanted to throw that out there. I don't know the process for this commission to create a subcommittee or even just have a conversation about something like this. It's going to require a little bit of research.
That would probably be under the PIA when.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
The
When we
Partners
get
in
together
Access.
again.
Go ahead, Larry.
So Our Partners in Access Committee does that when we got something, so, yeah, maybe we should do some research on that, Kathleen.
Yeah, thank you so much for bringing that up. I second what Larry mentioned. It sounds like that would be a very nice task for our Partners in Access Committee to sort of be in contact with you. And
Yes.
sort of partner with you on that, to be able to work on that, and sort of, help draft something that could be kind of sufficient. I agree with you, that's important, to be able to have the correct language, but also be able to communicate that in a way to where people understand, like, hey, this is what can be done.
Yes.
So, right now, again, can we go back to the Partners in Access Committee? Is there anyone on that now? I know you guys said it was sort of in limbo, right? Let's see, what I'll try and do is if you can email me, what I can do is I can email those on the Partners in Access Committee, which is Kathleen and Larry, correct?
And Alice.
And Allison, right? So
When Allison's here.
right. Okay, so what I'll do is
Allison is chair of that, and officially Allison is chair of that, but
Yes.
we can, I would imagine, Kathleen, we could start working on something if she can't get in and keep her in the loop, wouldn't you think?
I would think we could do that, yes.
Well, and my thought is, even though, Allison is busy, I think she can be just a great, set of eyes on this, right? To be able to
Yeah.
help work with us. She helped us a lot with other things in the past as well, and has, a good head on her shoulders for that sort of thing. So, yeah, if you can just email myself, and then I can also include Kathleen and Larry and Allison on that. Are you guys okay with sort of moving this forward?
Yes, please.
Okay,
Yeah.
great. Larry?
Yeah, I have a question. Liz,
Sure.
your name is Liz, right?
I go by Elizabeth.
Elizabeth, okay, Elizabeth, well, that's good to know. I sit so far, you can't throw something at me, but, no, the question is this. We usually have been meeting the second Wednesday of the month when we've done that. So would you could you do that and attend one or two, attend them?
I think I had, let's see, the second Wednesday, so the second Wednesday for April would be April 10th.
Yeah.
And I'm available that day. I mean, virtually any time that day. The month of April, I'm working
We
Mondays.
usually, when we've done this, it's been from 5:15 on to about maybe 6:30 or so.
I could do that. Yep.
And it's usually down, it usually is down in the conference room down at the, I can't remember what you call it, one of the little conference rooms to the left of.
Yeah, they call it south or north or something.
Yeah, I
like
think
that.
it's the south one we usually use, but,
Well, what
Yeah.
I'll do, Larry, just so we can have Allison on this as well to check her availability. Elizabeth, when you email me and I include everyone, including myself on this, I'll include Allison to that and say, hey, does April 10th work for you? Right?
Okay.
To make sure that she can also attend and.
yeah, if she can't, if she can't, though,
Well, yeah,
you
if
might
she-
want to move on it.
Right, I
No,
understand.
I get you.
But I still want to be able to include her because, as you guys know,
Yeah.
she's done a lot of great things and still is currently the head, so.
That's right.
Yep, awesome. Well, thank
Alright.
you, Elizabeth, for bringing that up. I definitely appreciate that.
Excellent, thank you.
Yeah. All right. Anything else, folks, in terms of announcements? All right. Let's see. So, all right. Is there anything else to be brought up before we adjourn today?
This is announcements plus new business, right?
That's right, announcements plus new
Okay,
business.
because I see that some of this went from in a new business.
Yeah. Is there any new business you have, Larry?
I don't have any yet. I just
Okay.
wanted to make sure where we were.
Okay, no problem. All right. Well, folks, that will adjourn us then. I want to thank everyone for joining us at this meeting for the Commission on Disability Issues. And again, welcome, Christiana, the new commissioner, and we will see you next month.